everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Laura Dota, the owner of IBL Beauty Academy. Today's look is going to be this latte makeup look, and it's really simple to do. I'm going to do a full in-depth tutorial on how I did it. Yes, I keep moving around my mug. It is fall. I wanted to say autumn, but during the autumn season, we think about pumpkin spice latte and mocha and all kinds of fall colors. So I am inspired to do more coffee flavored looks. And so today is going to be latte, and I look forward to the pumpkin spice one, which is coming soon. But thank you guys for watching my videos, and don't forget to tag me. I know I mention it all the time, but definitely enjoy the video. Thanks, guys. I'm going to start off with moisturizing my face. And this is not just a moisturizer, but also an antioxidant boost, including hydration. And it smells like a smoothie. So just dabbing it. And make sure you put it everywhere. So whatever moisturizer you have that you really love. I've been using a self-tanner, and so it looks like I got a tan. Let me adjust the light here. But I'm trying to stay out of the sun. Where is it? I'm trying to go by feel. Here we go. There we go. And it's still important to moisturize your skin. I live in a very hot climate, and with the change of weather, you should always think about keeping your skin moisturized and ready for the elements. Next one, hydrating eye cream. And this is part of the Skin Nutrition line. So just dab a little bit on the fourth finger. And just press it in there to moisturize the eyes. The eyes have even thinner skin and more sensitive, so make sure you use tapping motions and you're really, really gentle, and that's why using the fourth digit is very important. So you're not tugging and pulling really harshly at the skin. And now I want a smooth and blur. Hold on one second. Let me think. Yes, I do. So I'm going to use from Smashbox, the Photo Finish, and I'm only going to put this where I have like big pores, maybe right here, where you want to smooth and blur pretty much any place you feel like you want a filter on your face. And hey, this sounds really weird, but I am going to, let's see here, use a setting spray. Don't worry, we're not done with the makeup. Sometimes I use things out of order. Hold on, I don't feel mistiness here. I use them out of a more normal order because of what I'm about to do next. So what I really want is to use Artistry's medium loose powder and color comparison. Let me show you. I have the light one. So light, medium, see the difference? And then there is a dark. Now I do have a tan, and I want to kind of create an even tone. So what I'm going to do is get a big fluffy brush. This is very fluffy, and this is from It Cosmetics. It's one of their biggest fluffy brushes. And just grab a bunch. What you can do is put it on, let's see here, put it in the cap and just dab inside. And then when you get enough, see how my brush turned different color? Tap it in there. And then make sure you just do really nice, quick, clean swipes. Let me check in the mirror. And this ensures that your skin becomes even. Let's see. I'm starting to feel a little bit unevenness in my skin, so I'm avoiding the sun. And so that's why I want to do this, like just use self-tanners And I think my dog just entered the picture. All right, so now that you have your even tone, you can do it from here to here. You can definitely put some spray and extra moisturizer. Make sure your skin is really, really shiny. That's how it looks. And then this powder will mattify as soon as it touches your skin. So then we don't have to use as much liquid foundation. This is a fall look. Next one, I'm going to use no, actually, let's go through foundations. Speaking of, let's see which one suits me. I think this one, the level 3. Maybe level 4. When you use self tanner, when you get a tan, when you lose your tan, your color changes. So you just have to keep in mind that you're going to need to adjust your makeup. What I'm going to do is use the warm level 4. It's Brulee. Sorry, this one, Artistry Exact Fit. So this is a longwear foundation. And I'm just going to use a paddle brush. And I'm going to look in the mirror, so sorry if I'm ignoring you. Maybe I'll just do it this way. Yeah, this looks great. And I do have a breakout happening, so we'll see. This usually covers everything that I don't need to go color correct, which is great because when you're doing, like if you're a professional watching this, it saves time. So you don't have to do 20 different steps. Now, if you're not a professional, you're probably wondering why I'm not putting makeup all the way over here. Sorry, all the way over here. You want to just put it where you need it to, like I said, save yourself some steps. So put foundation on your face, but you're going to be using concealer. So just think about that next step. So don't put foundation up all the way to the eye because you're going to be dabbing concealer. So that way you don't have product upon product in a very thin area, especially since most people have wrinkles there. So I'm just creating this even skin tone. And of course, if you've got baby hairs, you got to work around them. If the client just got their hair done, you definitely need to work around that. Try not to get makeup on the hair or ruin it somehow. So let's try to cover this up over here. And if I go over it a couple times, I can, and it won't be such a big deal. I'll go over the lips too. Okay, and then just drag down the color on the neck with any leftover product. Now, I'm excited about this look because fall, my favorite season. I thought it was pretty cool. I've been seeing a lot of these latte looks anyway, and then I thought, why not create more coffee makeup looks? So this one is just a latte look, but then I was thinking, let's make a mocha look. Let's do a pumpkin spice latte because you can mess around with all the colors. I think it's great. So let's think about what does it take to create a latte look. Next product, I'm going to use a perfecting concealer. This is light medium. Now I could use a medium, but I kind of want to brighten that under eye area. So I'm going to look over here and create a little lift here and just dab. You don't need to do the smiley. Anywhere you see a valley, you can put any brightness, any concealer, and I can definitely use, well, actually I'll use a different brush. So this is from DYF Beauty. This is a concealer brush. Okay, so I'm just gonna dab while I talk. See how this all just creates a nice lift, and I'll just show you. And it gets rid of those fine lines. Instant facelift. So what is in a latte look? You have to think like what palette are you going to use? What is the color scheme? Because that's really important. And lattes really, if you think about like, look at your coffee, look at most coffees, it's going to have colors like warm browns, cream, beige, and then sometimes even caramel. Okay, let me just dab a little bit of the foundation again. Of course, we'll set this. This won't be a big deal. Yeah, the problem is this is textured. Trying to just not make it look obvious. Okay, so see how we're starting to do more even tone here. I'm liking how this all looks. I wasn't really interested in doing, contouring today. I just really wanted to focus on the eyes and doing a very nice simple fall look, but we can go a little more glam with the future looks. So the next thing that I would do is set the under eye, and I would set it with the medium powder. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here. So what you do is you just knock a little bit of the powder in the cap, especially if you don't have any left over, and use a fluffy brush. This one is Morphe 451. Now smooth anything. Let's see, I'm looking in the mirror, so I keep looking to the other side there. Smooth your under eye and then quickly just place the powder there, and it sets the makeup, and then you can go again. So don't go real heavy the first time, just do it nice and light. Okay, same thing on this side. And I want a little more, even though I'm not doing contouring, I want more full coverage. So doing layers like this is what's going to accomplish this. Next thing, I'm going to use my little powder foundation. This is the color Sand. It's actually a level 2. No, let me see here. Do I want level 2? Level 3. Let's go with level 3 since I just used a level 4 for my whole face. So this is Soleil. This is a level 3. I'm going to use the same fluffy brush, so just grab, and this is my own stash, so that's why I'm dipping into everything. I don't like using my kit. All right, so now I'm using powder foundation. And my mirror is right over here, so if you guys see me looking off to the side, it's because I really want to check my face. There we go. Okay. Great. And you can do as much as you want. Like you can keep packing it on and it makes it more full coverage. And my favorite thing to do, just go in and set it everywhere you want the makeup to set. If you're into more of a dewy look, leave the outside undone, but set the areas that are gonna make the makeup move. Other than that, you really don't need to do that much. I wanted to keep it simple and yet something more focused on fall. Okay, so far so good. We can definitely bronze up just because we want to keep our fall color. So I've got 2 different bronzers with me and a blush. We definitely need to use blushes. Even though it's, I was thinking more of a neutral look. Let's see here. So I have some blushes here from my palette. I think I'm gonna stick with this neutral here, but also just a touch of the pinks, just because I do want a little bit of warmth in the look. And I'm going to use a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe 448. And go ahead and use whatever blush you want. Maybe I'll do a touch of coral too. And go to the apple of the cheek. If you're not really sure where placement goes, don't start heavy here. I mean, I guess you can. I guess there's no right or wrong, but different artists will vary. So I usually start over here and just feather it outward because I can move it around. So start like where your eye is, like looking straight ahead, your pupil, and out this way, and then move upward. If you have a rounder face, you may want to not do too much upward, but maybe go straight ahead, like straight horizontally. So it depends on your face shape. So I'm just buffing this out because I don't really need a ton of blush. And now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So just place it right there on the apple of the cheek. I will do a makeup mistakes in another video, but one thing, like doing the duck look, don't make faces when you're doing blush, because when you make faces, especially the older you get, your skin will move around and kind of throw you off. All right, and I'm going to put it on my nose. So I know it sounds weird, but putting blush on your nose and kind of dragging it like this gives you a nice sun-kissed look. And I'm just going to apply some more because according to this light, I'm not really seeing a lot of blush, so I don't mind looking a bit more blushy today. Any extra product left over, carry it all over your face. Blush just means you've got a healthy amount of blood in your face, and you've got it everywhere, not just on your cheeks. Okay, so far so good. And I do look tanned already. Next, so you can go with, there's a baked bronzer here, Sun and Fun. This is from Sugar Rush. But I also have Hotel Heiress. This is from Tarte, and I know they have their clay, Amazonian clay. I think this one might be too dark for me, so I'm going to use the Sugar Rush. And let me find a bronzing brush. You want something that's not too fluffy. Maybe something like this. I usually use an angled brush. This is from DYF Beauty. I love her brushes. Tamana Roshan, she developed her own brushes and they're awesome. And so I'm using her brushes. So bronzing, I'm just going to go up like real close to the hairline. Make sure you don't make it obvious, you know, like there's like a light layer and then dark layer and then light layer again. So just be careful how you place your bronzer. And then just going down here, almost as if you were to contour, dab over, and then do the same thing here. Now, if you don't have a baked bronzer, if you've got more of a matte one, you can contour with your bronzer. You can do something like that. Contouring is it has its purposes, but I wouldn't say it's for everyday use. And now just go down on the neck. See how that just gave me more warmth, even more warmth. Okay, let's prime our eyes and move on. Now you can use a primer. Let me see here. I have a face primer. Now you can use a face primer or a specific eye primer. It really doesn't matter. But the thing is, priming your eyes may get rid of the wrinkles you don't like showing up on your eye area. So that's really important. You want the colors to spread properly, so definitely don't skip this step. And I'm going to use the same brush, the DYF brush, just to apply my primer that I use the concealer with. So I tend to reuse my brushes during my makeup application, and that's totally fine. Because another trick you can do is use your concealer brush, use your concealer, and then set it with powder. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to use that sand and the Morphe 451 and just set it. I'm going to need to move my mirror. I need it a little closer just because I'm doing the eyes now and it's kind of far. Now, as far as the makeup palettes that you can use to do a latte look, gosh, there are so many. You can, if you've got the Jaclyn Hill palette, that one's a good one. That one has colors, like I said, the cream, the browns, the caramel. You can use the Jaclyn Hill palette. You can use the Morphe 35P. I think that one's more of a plum based one, but on the one side they've got all the neutrals that you need for a latte look, so you can stick with the neutral, though latte does typically have warm undertone, but it's totally fine because you're working within the same palette, so you can't mess that up. And the next one would be the BH matte. BH is a great company, BH Cosmetics Modern Matte. But the one that I'm going to use today is one that I actually don't use a lot. So I figured why not just use it and show you guys how to create these colors. So mine, I'm going to use the BH Studio Pro, and they've got the different colors. Now I'm just going to grab some, let me look here. Some brushes. Right, so I want a transition shade, and I think a transition shade with this latte look would be like a good caramel color, or you can always use the bronzer that you just used. So this, I'm just going to show you, this is the palette. Lots of options. You can do pumpkin spice latte with this. You could do mocha, which I probably will do quite a few more videos. So just set that aside for a second and do a transition shade. So let me think here. A nice little trick if you really don't want to use too many products is go back into the bronzer that you used, and I used a baked one. So this is the other one that I wanted to use, but I just thought it was too dark. But let's see how it looks. Start with the most of your product right here in the outer corner and then drag it in. And this creates depth. So do you see the difference? And you can go back and just do a little more. And if you just want to do a sparkly, shimmery color over the lid and call it a day, you could do that. That's a like really nice look. You can keep it simple. You don't have to do a whole ton, like 4 or 5 different shades. I'm just checking in the mirror. So as long as like it's starting to look even, and if not, you can always just drag the product. Like the best thing to do, just drag the product out if you do have any left over. Now, if you've got a smaller nose and you want to contour your nose, go ahead and drag the bronzer all the way down. For me, I don't. So I want to, fix that. What I will do though, since this is a little bit of bronzer and I have this, I might as well just contour my nose. So I'm just going to go down the middle. Actually, it's more like the side middle. And then cut it off. And then create a cutoff right here. and then just kind of buff it. And I did put blush and bronzer here earlier, so really I just need to kind of flatten out the color. Let's see here. Go back in with the Soleil and the Morphe 451 and just dab. And this puts your foundation powder over the contour and softens it up a bit so you don't have harsh lines. You can do something like that. I do want to go in with some transition colors now. I'm just gonna put putting all these things away in my drawer here just because I want them out of the way. All right, so let's see how they have everything numbered. Okay, they don't. Or maybe they did and I lost that sheet. But I'm really liking this color right here. It's speaking to me, also matches something on my shirt. So I'm going to use the fourth one over and second row. And same brush that I just used. So I'm going to dab into that. And I have color. And I'm going to put it into the crease and just use windshield wiper motions. Don't worry if you're not good at this yet. And if you don't have a crease, like this all comes with practice. Let me just take a look at my mirror to the side here. I'm filming on my laptop today. All right, now I'm going in again. And the most of your product that's on your brush, always put it on the outside because you don't want a lot of product on the inner part of your eye. That's just gonna make it look really weird and muddy, and then lots of fixing. Okay, see how we're starting to get a little warmth there? And now you can just go in with any chocolate color you want on the outside. Since I didn't do my brows, I should probably do my brows before I get the brow bone color. But I will use, let's see here, a Morphe 503. And I'm going to use a chocolate color. So I'm looking at this one just to kind of try it. Let's see, I'll try here. So the crease slash corner, and I did dab a lot. Let me do that here too. Let me put my thing down. Okay, and then all you do is just buff it in. So hold the skin here just to kind of help, and then buff it in. And you're just diluting the product pretty much. And notice I'm not going all the way into the eye. I'm just smoking it out over here. Circular motions, it's keeping it nice and soft. And don't worry about any of this, you can clean that up. Now I'm going to do this here. Not bad. Let me grab a flat brush. So just grab a flat brush like this, and you can use a little bit of concealer if you want. Tiny amount, don't put too much. And just clean it up. And you can have a nice sharp line. If you don't know how far to go up, this one's tricky. Don't go too far up because that'll shorten your eye. Don't go too wide because that'll just like elongate your eyes. So make sure you follow like to the corner of your brow. That would be a good one. Okay. And then what you can do is just set it with some powder. And there you have it. But I do think this one's a lot darker, so I kind of want to soften it up. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, I want to soften it up a lot. I'm just going to dab a little bit with my former concealer brush. See how I'm softening? Because it already had a little bit of concealer / primer. So if you dab and you don't drag the product, you're just fixing it. Softening it up a bit. Makeup's not hard. You can just like fix mistakes, things like that. I do want a pointy brush. I would like a little bit more warmth. And I kept all my brushes in this drawer because I usually like drop a lot of stuff. Oh, let's see. Because I have a ton of brushes. I also have a lot of smaller like detail brushes because I do a lot of detail work and it's a nightmare to like think about dropping them and stuff. I'm going to use a warmer brown. So I'm going to dab into this one and this one. And let's see how this looks. And I'm just going to put it over here. Now I'm just messing around with colors, but this is really how it works, trying to achieve like what a latte would look like. I like it. And now you guys can do whatever you want. Like I'm going to try this one, for example. This is a brown. And I just want a little bit more warmth. That's all. To me, it just looks too neutral. And keep the color in the crease in the outer part of the eye. Just keep it there. And as you keep adding, grab a fluffy brush and perhaps like a light transition shade like this. You know how we had that? And then just go in and drag it to the middle. And it softens that chocolatiness without muddying up anything. And that's really all you need to do to soften up colors. Don't take a Q-tip and start trying to remove your makeup. And I feel like it's enough. I mean, we don't need a lot of color. But just for the sake of this, I wanted like a really nice, maybe I'll do this reddish one with this brown. So red and brown just to like really keep it warm. And I'm only going to leave it right here. I'm going to dab right here. Like a little V. And I have a pointy brush, just so you know. So right here, and it's like a V. I'm creating a V shape. And you can stamp it on there. Just trying to see what that looks like. And then I'm just going to buff the edges. Sometimes holding the skin helps me. And I have really made it soft, no harsh lines. One thing you can do to tie it in with everything is use the concealer, or I'm so sorry, not the concealer, use the bronzer from earlier. It's just that mine was baked, so I wasn't sure how it would look, but hey, let's experiment and see. And it didn't do too much damage, so I like that. So that's something you can do as well. Let's see here. And now we can do our nice crisp line again. Sometimes I just like that smokiness, so I don't really get rid of the excess. I just let it smoke out, but this is really nice too. And we have to do the bottom lashes. So I'm just looking for a clean brush, clean fluffy brush. And I'm just mixing the colors together. Didn't add any product. I'm just kind of buffing everything together. Okay, let's do the brows. So I'm gonna use my brow pencil. It's in brown. I am gonna do the corner, the top corner here, and go all the way to the end. It's really hard to use without that mirror. Let me try to use the computer. It's just that I feel it's not detailed enough. It's really weird to look at myself in the screen. So I'm not one to do way too much with my brows. I just fill them in and follow their shape, but I know people like to change the shape of their brows. And you can. I just feel like that's more costume than day to day. But I do like to make them look even and filled in. Okay, there we go. So if you want to make sure that they stay there all day, you can now use a little pomade thing and kind of just groom them, brush them upward, and they stay there. And this is a brown. This is from Artistry Studio. It is called Beach Taupe. Oh, I thought I was using mocha. I think I had a mocha at some point, but I guess I'm using the lighter one. And it's fine. It doesn't change my brow shape at all. And then just to kind of really clean up the eye area, use a rounded brush. And just create a base. Before you put anything on. And that will make any color you put on there pop. And I'm going to use like a creamy milky color since we're doing a latte look. Let's go back to this. And I'm just going to use this one right here. It's going to be really simple. I'm also going to use what kind of brush? You could use a small flat brush. I'm going to use this DYF Beauty pointing brush, pencil brush. And this is just the brow highlight, and I'm not going to use a shimmery one. I'm just going to put it right here. And don't drag this one down. And that's it. And I kind of want to do more of that caramel. And then something for the lid. And I think I'm going to use the same color here. Maybe actually this one next to it. And let's see here. I'm just going to dab. I'm not going to use swipey motions, just dabbing. Maybe a transition shade of this and this. And right here. Checking it in the mirror. And it's looking nice. And if you really want to do a little bit darker, just use a little black over there. But I like the colors. Like how it turned out. We still have a little bit more to do. And I think I should use a brown pencil just because it's a latte look. Now the next step here is to kind of clean it up a little bit and then do the bottom. But I'm going to curl my lashes real quick. What I'm going to do now is actually put a primer on my lashes and then be able to line my eyes while the primer dries and then do mascara and then move on from there. So let's see here. This is the primer from Artistry and it turns my lashes white. I like it because it extends my lashes and I really don't like to wear fake lashes. Though I know for these tutorials it does look nice. But also wearing fake lashes every day, it's not practical. I know that some people do it. So while that dries, I can actually move on and do use a brown pencil from Artistry. And I'm just going to start off by drawing a little bit of a wing. Carrying it out this way. Same thing here. And if you're not a pencil liner, that's fine. You can use a powder. I usually use my nail to just drag the tapered part out and then connect it. Maybe if I had, yeah, I'll do this just so you guys can see too. And I usually just go to the middle and kind of help taper it out. I don't do a very long wing because I'm not really into that, but I like it to kind of give my eyes a lift. So that's really what I go for. Anything extra, what you can do is just take a brush and help the liner also be dragged out. I don't know about you guys, I have uneven eyes. So one of them is like downturned, one of them is normal. So it's always a challenge for me to do my eyes and make them look even. There we go. Up, up, and away. Now, as for the bottom, what you can do is just keep it really simple. Let me put my hair back. Just do a chocolatey color and let's dab it like just a flat little brush, and let's use like this one from over here. And I'm just going to cover in case there's fallout, but I am just going to dab. And then do the other eye. So you guys can see I'll do this again. I'll try not to have fallout. So what you can do now is grab a clean brush, okay? Any clean brush that you just want to kind of rub the product around just so it doesn't look so harsh on that bottom lash line. And I know there's some people, they like a really deep bottom lash line. That's fine. Totally up to you. I kind of like it thinner, but since I'm going to be putting mascara on and it's a latte look, I really wanted to smoke it out. And so if you want to smoke it out, what you can do now is just choose one of the transition shades. So like this one, for example. and go over it, but from the opposite end. See how it kind of softens up that brown? And now we'll do the same thing on this side. Now, I'm not a fan of the big, like, thick bottoms, so what I'm going to do is just use a clean brush. Grab one. Could be rounded off, could be a concealer brush, and could be fluffy. So what I'm going to use is just something like this. This is a Morphe. Oh, it doesn't give me a number. This is a Morphe brush, and it's kind of fluffy, but also compact. Using my powder foundation, I am going to start here and take away from all that chocolatiness. See how I just softened it? So what you can do is just color it. You don't ever have to go and drag on your face, like drag a Q-tip and try to remove things. No need. Just work something on top of it. If you really do want a little bit of highlight, I'm just going to keep it very matte, very neutral, or warmed undertone, but kind of just neutral in general. And what I'm going to do now is my mascara. So next is mascara, and this is my 3-in-1. And I love it because I am twisting and I have the long side, and just blink as you twist. Use zigzaggy motions. And it adds product to the very base of the lashes. Nice. And now it's going to start looking a little more complete. Until then, you could end up feeling like you did too much color. It looks so chocolatey and muddy. But once you start putting mascara, and if you put fake lashes on, it's just going to all, look at this. See how it just kind of completes the look? Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Then you twist, and you've got this process, this like spiky part, and you just focus on the outer part here, and it gives you a wing and declumps anything out in that corner. So here we go. And we still have the bottom lashes to do. So one more dab, and I'm going to go like kind of middle. And ooh. What you do to your top lashes, you should really do to the bottom, just to kind of make everything look even. See how it's all looking put together? Let me just do one last look. And because it's a latte look, we're going to do our tear line, tight lining, and I am using the Too Faced Killer Liner in Killer Cashmere. So just going to do the inner tear duct. And this is going to be that milky part of the latte. It also kind of opens up the eyes a little. I think the eyes are done. Let's move on to lips, and then that should be it for the look. Of course, if you want to change this up in any way you wish, of course, that's going to look great no matter what. I mean, it's a very neutral look, and it doesn't even need to be autumn related. So I have these glosses from Kiss Me from Live Glam, and they're all different. They're all kind of the same. I'm going to move on to lip liner, and then we'll see. Because I gave myself a few options, and I never know what I want. So I have a Milani lip liner, but it's kind of light. Yeah, it's kind of light for this look. And then I've got BH Cosmetics Nude. Let's see. This one might work. And then I've got, oh, it broke. Oh no. I hate when that happens. Gerard Cosmetics. This one might be too dark. I think we found our winner. And it keeps falling. I sharpened it a little too much. All right, so BH Cosmetics, I guess, since I already used their palette. Yeah, I do want to face you guys, so I'm just going to use my little compact here. I'm going to slightly overline my lips. Emphasis on slight. You can do a slit down the middle for an effect. And let's see here. So I could either do, let me see if I'll use the, yeah, I think I will. Love Note Nude from Artistry. And I'm just going to use a lip brush and lightly add this color on. We don't have to go crazy with our makeup. I don't want to get rid of the lines either that I created, so this is looking good. And then I'll add those lip colors. But I am curious to know what your version of latte is. And if you do recreate this look or something similar, go ahead and tag me. I would love to see what you guys did differently. So I have, actually these are the same. One is Single AF and one is So Fly. Let me just show you the swatches just so you can decide for yourself. All right, so this one here at the bottom is the Single AF. So the other one is So Fly. So let's see. I feel like maybe Single AF might be the one. They both look very, let's see here. Oh, So Fly, let's see. Yeah, I think So Fly, sorry. It's got like a satin finish. And I don't really like the matte look, so at least a satin finish. Let me see if I could just put the Single AF right here. Oh well, I love layering products. Right in the middle. So there you go, I created my own. This is looking good. Okay, so I want to do right and left just so you guys can see. I don't think there's anything else unless you're really into highlight. If you are, let's add some highlight just so you can see what that looks like, but that was not part of my original look. I'll do right and left and then I'll add highlight just so you can see the difference, okay? All right, so neutral, right? It's pretty good. Let's add highlight. Whatever your highlight is, sorry for my double chin, let's just add with the finger here, right? So just a little dab. What are my highlight areas? Right here. And then top of cheekbone, whatever you like. Just make sure it's like a milky color that doesn't really take away. And you can use a bronzy milky too, like a bronze, maybe a little over here. And then just put it everywhere. Highlight does add a nice touch. So if you're the highlight type, and then this also creates kind of a lift. And you don't even need to use brushes if you don't want, except I think I do need to use a brush because I'm not going to be able to fit this in with my fingers. So let's see. And I promise after this, we are done. Just a really tiny brush. And then just right here. Right there, right underneath. That completes the look, and this is it with highlight. There is a trick which I will do in a different video, and I have done before, where you put highlight in the middle of your lips. It makes them look poutier, and then put gloss over, and that really makes it pouty, but my lips are fine. So again, another right and left look just so you can see. If you guys liked this look, please comment, let me know if you want anything else, and then also tag me again if you create it or do something really cool or have like a unique version of your latte look. And I look forward to making more videos because there's a mocha look I really want to do, and of course pumpkin spice latte because it's the season. So thank you again for your support. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and I love teaching you guys.